Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm still getting used to how YouTube works and what I need to be doing in terms of uploading and what have you. So bear with me as I'm still learning. So having no rowing background or formal teaching in the rowing world, I wanted to use this video to share some little tips that might very well help anyone looking to undertake a long distance row on an indoor rowing machine. So as you know, I'm currently training for a 24-hour row challenge, or as you may know, and having no real rowing background, I've learnt the hard way as to what works and what doesn't work on these long sessions. If I have to say, one of the biggest learnings I'm discovering is that if you've got a little niggle at the beginning of your long row, there's a good chance that that niggle will grow and become a big issue by the end of the row. So the trick I'm finding is to make sure that you remove any niggles or reduce them as best you can to try and make the row as comfortable as possible for you. So with all that in mind, I've put together 5 top tips or tools for anyone undertaking these long distance row sessions. Top tip number 1, seat pad. So it might sound obvious, but you're likely to be sat down for a long time. So in my case, hour-long sessions are regular, but sometimes 3, 4, 5, and this weekend I've got a 10-hour rowing session coming out, so that's a long one. So you need to make sure that your backside is as comfortable as possible. Now, I've tried various seat pads in the past, from folded towels to memory foam pads, and I've even folded up bubble wrap. So after many sessions with a sore backside at the beginning, I decided to invest in a specific seat that had some terrific reviews. Now it's the Citius Remix. This is these guys here. I'll put a link to where I bought this in the comments section. But the Citius Remix seat was my choice, and I haven't really need to look back because it's awesome. No sore bottoms, no back pain, and whilst it takes a little bit of getting used to because of the shape of it, once you've become accustomed to it, you want to use it all the time. So, top tip number 1. Top tip number 2, hand tape. So hand blisters are to be expected when you're doing any rows for a serious length of time. So rowing anything beyond a couple of hours, I find that this tape really does stop any blister development on your base of your hands. This one's called Euca tape. Again, I'll put another link to this one in the comments as well because it really is good. This specific tape is developed for rowers' hands anyway, so it's almost made perfectly for these concept rowers at least. And not only does it smell really good, but it really does prevent the skin tearing. So top tip number 2. Top tip number 3 is heart rate monitor. Now, it might sound obvious, but a heart rate monitor to help gauge and measure your heart rate during exercise is an absolute must. My choice here is the Polar H10 heart rate monitor, but there are many others. So I connect this to my iPhone and the PM5 on the Concept Rower connected to anything whilst undertaking any cardio exercise. I find it so much more accurate as well than a wristwatch, even my Garmin here, that purports to measure your heart rate accurately. The chest straps just seem to be that much better in the terms of their accuracy. So that'll be my choice every time. Heart rate monitor. Top tip number 4, wireless headphones. A decent set of headphones, ideally wireless. Brilliant. My choice are the Apple AirPods. Audiobooks are my choice to normally listen to. I do like listening to music, but when training I find that when you're doing those a few hour sessions, at least when you're a few hours into your rowing session, listening to music can interrupt the flow. You kind of sort of match the beat as such, and it means it alters your pace, and you sometimes do it without even noticing it. So I do tend to listen to audiobooks over music, but either way, definitely a good set of headphones is the way forward. And finally, top tip number 5, the iPhone holder. So the iPhone holder enables me to put my iPhone on top of the PM5 rowing computer, which sits directly in front of me as I'm rowing. I know you can watch Netflix if you want to do it off your iPhone, but I personally use the Concept 2 rowing app called Erg Data for pretty much every session that I do, actually. It's a free download from the App Store, and it provides me with immediate and easy to read information about my training, and I can save this data too to mull over at a later stage. Incredibly useful when you're doing multiple sets and you want to assess your splits after each set that you've done. So the app syncs across with your PM5 computer via Bluetooth, which also connects your heart rate monitor to it too. So you've got this great little sort of setup going on. Great tool if you like to data crunch and mull over numbers like I do. So that's my top 5 tips / tools for long distance rowing on the Concept 2 rower. Now I know there's many more, but I didn't want to bore you, than I probably already have done. But there's one top tip that I've not touched on in this video, and that is nutrition and food guidance for pre, intra and post workout. And I'll do this in another video because it's really important in my mind. Getting your food intake wrong can destroy you in both your short and longer row sessions. So I'll cover that in a later stage. So I hope you found this video useful. Obviously, as I said, there's many more tools out there made to help or aid your rowing sessions. So if you do have any advice or guidance for me, I'd love to hear from anyone that's been through a similar sort of challenge. So feel free to contact me in the comments. But for now, thanks ever so much. Take care. Keep on pulling.